ago, when the people of Israel wandered in the wilderness, Yahuwah prepared a servant to lead them into their promised inheritance. His name was Yahusha, meaning Yahuwah is salvation. Known today as Joshua, he was a faithful warrior, a servant of Moses, and a man chosen by Yahuwah to guide his people into the land flowing with milk and honey. After Moses had led Israel out of Egypt and through the wilderness for 40 years, the time came for a new leader to rise. Moses, nearing the end of his life, laid his hands on Yahusha, commissioning him as the next leader.
Be strong and courageous, for you will bring these people into the land Yahweh swore to their ancestors. Do not fear, for Yahweh goes with you.
When Moshe died, Yahuwah spoke directly to Yahusha, saying,
Moses my servant is dead. Now arise, you and all these people, and cross the Jordan River into the land I am giving to them. Be strong and courageous, for I am with you wherever you go.
With those words, Yahuwah's journey began. Yahusha's first test of faith came at the river Jordan. The waters were high, and there was no bridge or natural crossing for the people. But Yahuwah gave a command.
Have the priests carry the Ark of the Covenant and step into the water. When their feet touch the river, it will stop flowing.
Yahusha obeyed, and as the priests stepped into the Jordan, the waters parted, just as the Red Sea had parted for Moses. The people crossed on dry ground, and Yahusha instructed them to take 12 stones from the riverbed as a memorial. When your children ask, "What do these stones mean?" tell them how Yahuwah stepped the flow of the Jordan so we could cross. This is so all the earth may know that Yahuwah is mighty. Yahuwah's next command was to conquer the city of Jericho, a fortress with impenetrable walls. But Yahusha did not rely on conventional warfare. Instead, he followed Yahuwah's unusual instructions. For 6 days, the Israelites marched around the city once a day, led by priests blowing trumpets and carrying the Ark of the Covenant. On the 7th day, they marched around the city 7 times. Then Yahusha commanded, "Shout, for Yahuwah has given you the city." As the people shouted, the walls of Jericho collapsed. The Israelites stormed the city, and Jericho was delivered into their hands. Yahusha's faith and obedience to Yahuwah had brought them victory. But not all battles were victories. At Aj, a much smaller city, the Israelites were defeated. Yahusha fell on his face before Yahuwah, asking why. Yahuwah revealed that someone in the camp had disobeyed his command by taking forbidden items from Jericho. After the sin was uncovered and dealt with, Yahusha led the people to victory at Aj, reminding them that obedience to Yahuwah was essential for their success. One of the most extraordinary moments in Yahusha's life came during a battle against a coalition of kings who had attacked Gibeon, a city allied with Israel. Yahusha and his army marched all night to defend Gibeon and launched a surprise attack at dawn. As the battle raged, Yahusha prayed a bold prayer.
Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and moon over the valley of Ajalon.
Yahuwah answered, the sun stopped in the sky, and daylight lingered until the Israelites defeated their enemies. Never before or ever since has Yahuwah listened to a man's command in such a way, demonstrating his power and favor over Yahusha. After many battles, Yahusha led the Israelites to victory over most of the land of Canaan. He divided the land among the 12 tribes of Israel, ensuring each tribe received its inheritance. Yahusha reminded the people of Yahuwah's faithfulness. Not one of the good promises Yahuwah made to Israel has failed. Every promise has been fulfilled. As Yahusha grew old, he gathered the people for a final speech. Standing before them, he recounted Yahuwah's mighty words, from the exodus from Egypt to their victories in Canaan. Then he challenged them, "Choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods of your ancestors worshipped or the gods of this land. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahuwah." The people responded, "We too would serve Yahuwah, for he is our Elohim." Yahusha died at the age of 110, having fulfilled his mission to lead Israel into the Promised Land. He was remembered as a faithful servant of Yahuwah, a man of courage, and unwavering obedience. But Yahusha's story did not end with him. His name, meaning Yahuwah is salvation, pointed to a greater Yahusha, the Messiah, Yahusha HaMashiach, commonly known as Jesus, who would come centuries later to bring eternal salvation to all who believe. As Yahusha, the son of Nun, led the Israelites into the physical promised land, Yahusha HaMashiach would lead humanity into the eternal kingdom of Yahuwah, fulfilling the ultimate promise of salvation.
We'll stay